What's up, y'all? God, I'm starting to say y'all and it's bugging me. I'm not normally a person to say that, but whatever, it doesn't even matter. My name's Paul Abramite, as you know. We have this little thing, it's called After School videos, this group that we've been working on. You've all heard about it, I don't need to get into it. Basically, what I want to talk about relates to that and relates a little bit to the dark period that we've kind of gone through over the past couple of months. We haven't been that active because I was doing a little bit of my own work. Sounds glamorous, sounds amazing. Oh, Paul's on sabbatical. Not really. I've had to take a break, and not for the reasons that I would like, not for the reasons that I would like to project to the world. I've had to look at parts of my life that I was resisting, parts of my life that I was neglecting, things that had been with me for years that I'm only just now resolving. And why am I doing that? Because I'm so enlightened and I'm letting go of these things so I can move forward, and I knew that in my best interest it was to do that. Bullshit. I'm like any other person. I usually don't change until shit hits the fan. Let's be real. In fact, let's be honest. The point of this video is to get people thinking about where they're really at in their lives right now, and get honest, get real with themselves, and look at where they've been so that they can know where they're going. I'm a big believer that you have to not dwell on it, but you have to observe and look at the steps that got you where you are today. Because if you don't look at it, you don't understand why this relationship went this way in your life, why you haven't been able to take that step forward in your career or in work, then you're doomed to make the same steps, take the same steps going forward. But for me, it didn't happen until a crisis happened in my life. It took a crisis for me to look, to snap out of this illusion that I was in. Yes, I was working on after school. Yes, I was doing these videos and everything. But really, it was just all this grand illusion, and it encapsulated the person that I wanted to see myself as. But it was distracting me from these other issues that I'd been neglecting. Things like depression, anxiety, minor traumas that happened in my life that I haven't worked through and have been holding me back. And it wasn't until things disintegrated, it wasn't until this relationship I had disintegrated and I lost that person in my life, it wasn't until the illusion that I was so attached to was no longer there that I suddenly lost the motivation to keep working on these things. And I realized that I lost the motivation because it was ultimately bullshit. That I was spewing out this stuff without really walking the talk. And I couldn't do the BS anymore. And unfortunately, it meant that things had to get a lot worse before it got better. But we don't want that. We want things to change, but we don't want to change ourselves. Why it's so important, though, that we take that step is because time is limited. Time is our greatest resource. We know that. I know that. I've been saying it to myself for years, and yet I've just been sitting here biding time. Why? Because despite the things that I've been through, despite, the relationships, despite, stalling in my life and my potential and my career, I've been comfortable. How many of us have stayed where we're at because we're comfortable? That's actually a good point, because right now, as I speak, the city that I live in, good old Wichita, Kansas, ICT, we have a lot of people here, and a lot of my peers, a lot of my friends who are maybe watching this right now are super pumped. There's the air of transformation all around us. And it's exciting times. We're all looking forward, and we're all looking at what the future could be, what our lives could be, what this city could be. But we haven't really stopped to take a look at how we got here as a city and as individuals, at what drove us here, what emotions we're still holding on to, what feelings, what traumas in our lives happened that is just bogging us down, that our bodies are just carrying around. And until we look at those and get honest with ourselves and let things get worse before they get better, those things will continue to follow us around everywhere we go. From this relationship to this relationship, from this job to that job, from that neighborhood to that neighborhood, as a community, as a city. Those things are here to stay unless we're willing to look at them and let them go. And I don't know how it is that you're going to do that. I don't have the answer. I'm barely working through it myself, to be honest. But whatever it is for you, do it. If it's meditation, do it. If it's journaling, do it. If it's some other artistic or reflective, therapeutic exercise, start doing it. And if it just takes you just reminding yourself every once in a while to cut the bullshit, to be honest and real with yourself about where you're at today, and when somebody asks you how you're doing today, think about it. Don't just say, I'm doing great, because you're not. But you could be once you take a hard look at yourself and allow yourself to let go so you can move forward and we can build the life that we know we have the potential for, that we know Wichita has the potential for. That's all I have for you. Again, this has been an after-school special, and it's been a while, but I'm super pumped that you guys are coming out, gals coming out, listening, talking with me when I see you around town, and having this conversation, having this dialogue, and going deeper than we have before. So comment below, like if this resonates with you, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll try and get more videos out, but in the meantime, enjoy, and I'll see you around. Thanks. I'm gonna go run through the sprinklers. I'm really gonna do it. I'm gonna take out my thing first, but I'm gonna run through the sprinklers because I'm crazy like that. Oh my God, I actually haven't done this since I was like a kid.